Well, here we are, 20 years after the fact, the big anniversary for Super Mario Brothers, since I played Luigi Mario against Bob Hoskins' Mario, and the great late Dennis Hopper played Koopa. And here we are, and it's incredible. I never thought we would get to this point 20 years after the fact. And I'm glad people appreciate the movie. I really do. You know, it was one of the first video game movies, and so it was tough because it was the first. Nobody had ever done one before. Didn't really know how to go about it, and so we were pioneers, you know. And we made a lot of great things, and we made a lot of mistakes. But I'm proud of the movie in retrospect. Working with Bob Hoskins was amazing, He gave it everything he had. He talked like this all the time. He's a big Cockney type of guy. I couldn't understand him all. I had to be drunk to understand him. But he took to that Brooklyn thing, and he would always put on that Brooklyn accent, and it was great how he did it because he kind of sounded Brooklyn. And of course the late great Dennis Hopper, you know, brought his quirkiness to everything he does. What a great spirit! And working with Fisher Stevens and Samantha Mathis. I had a lot of fond memories. We had a lot of great times doing that. There was an incident that happened among many. I mean, a lot of stuff happened doing Super Mario Brothers. That whole disco scene, they hired a whole bunch of strippers from Wilmington to be in the scene, and they were too scantily clad because this was it was a children's video game, and that was conflicting for everybody. It was not an easy shoot because the ladies wanted to reveal everything and they couldn't, and I mean we didn't mind, but it wasn't the appropriate PG rating that we were looking for. And also there was when we got to the meteor, there was a crazy electrical problem that happened, and the electrician grabbed the power source and it started going through his body, so the electrician came and kicked him off the thing, and we're all like, what are you doing? But we learned that if you don't kick him off and you grab him, then you get double the surge. So that was another incident that learned a lot about electricity and the nature of it. And then this is the big moment. So I was going to drive the Super Mario Brothers van, right? And I wanted to look cocky and like a stunt man, so I drove it myself. And I hadn't really driven a big truck like that ever. I grew up in Manhattan, so I didn't learn how to drive till I was 26. So I was a terrible driver, but I didn't want to tell Bob that. So Bob is standing on the side with his hand on the door, the sliding door, and so I gunned it, right. And then they said stop at that mark, and I stopped as hard as I could, and the door came flying out, smashed his poor little Bob Hoskins fingers. And he went into some Cockney Tourette's thing. Oh, bloody geezer, me coals and coke. Oh, bloody geezer, oh, what was bloody cunt? And he went on. And for the rest of the movie, you'll see that his hand, it was the right hand, is kind of stiff because it was in a cast, and they painted it pink, so it looked like fingers. But he's holding the weapon like they attached it with tape or something. And that was another incident at Super Mario Brothers. Well, I'm glad you're all there, and I'm glad you all love the movie. You know, we gave it a lot of effort, and I'm glad that it has a life after the fact. I mean, I'm really happy about that. And I wish I could be there with y'all, but I'm here in NYC, and it's Memorial Day weekend, so it's a big time, family time. But I'll always have my action figure. Looks a little more like John Leguizamo crossed with Van Diesel, but hey, I got an action figure. Very proud of it. Keep it in my collection. And I just want to wish you all have a great time there and enjoy yourselves, and may the fungus be among us.